See all the dignitaries taking their seats, trying to find their spot. And, of course, this is very timely. I want to bring in Tom Serafin, our political expert here. And a little ahead of schedule, it seems like. I know they're supposed to leave at 10 o'clock from the White House, I believe, after they have tea. Here's the First Ladies now departing from the White House.
They look good, but it looks cold there, doesn't it? I think they might want to get the show on the road.
Well, even we were talking to Robin Robinson earlier, who's lived in Chicago, more than 25 years, and even she said it was very, very cold there, and the sun's not helping at all.
You can see the wind, that's for sure.
Right. I think the coldest day was Ronald Reagan's inaugural in 1985. It was 7 degrees. They actually did it inside. It fell on a Sunday. The 20th, so they did a private ceremony, and then on Monday, when it was 7 degrees, they actually did it inside as well because it was so cold.
Yeah, I think 7 inches of snow fell during, was it JFK's inauguration?
Right,
is that right?
Yes, yes.
I love the order of things here and how it's the tradition that's involved with this, and it's fascinating to watch.
Right, and you mentioned earlier that they anticipate the speech to take 20 minutes. George Washington's speech was 135 words. He kissed the Bible, and that was it. He was President of the United States.
Sometimes that's not half bad.
No, especially today when everybody's been standing out in the cold. But he's going to give everybody his money's worth. I mean, he has moved the country since Election Day, when 57% of America thought he was a liberal. Today, 40% believes he's a liberal.
Yeah, we mentioned that Dick Cheney, the current vice president, and Joe Biden, the future vice president, here in just an hour or so. He's in a wheelchair. Apparently,
right.
He was moving some boxes and pulled something in his back. Right. So he's going to be in a wheelchair today, if you're wondering why that is.
58% of the people that voted for John McCain think this president is going to be a good president for this country, and they're optimistic. I mean, Barack Obama has done a lot of work since November to move the country back towards the middle. 66% believe he's ideologically just right for this country right now. I mean, the optimism is huge. He can't possibly do everything that everybody wants him to do. It's almost as if the people believe he's Moses, but he isn't Moses, obviously. He's going to have a tough time, and I think today he's going to call people to come together, and much of what he's going to say is a lot of what John Kennedy said. Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. And I think he's going to ask people to take that responsibility on the shoulders and help carry us to the promised land. It's going to take us a long time.
It'll be interesting to see his inauguration speech and exactly the quotes and the things we remember, because that was one thing you mentioned what JFK said. Also, all we have to fear is fear itself. So many of these inaugurational speeches, people take the quotes out of it, and they're coined and they're used forever and ever.
I would think Barack Obama, with his ability to speak and
John Favreau, his chief speechwriter, who's amazing.
I'm sure they have a phrase in there somewhere that's going to resonate, and it's going to work forever for us. The problem is that 7% of the people today believe economically they're not in good shape, but they believe 1 year from now, 43% believe that they're going to be in better shape. And he's trying to tell us for the last month and a half that's not going to be the case, but the optimism is so large. I mean, the wave to move this presidential effort is huge.
We should say all we have to fear is fear itself is actually FDR was the one who brought that. But he's going to be drawing on a bunch. And here we go. The president-elect and the president now leaving the White House. Quite a scene right there, as you can see. We'll pause and take a moment to take a few pictures. You can hear the crowd very excited.
Right, for the last time.
And they're ahead of schedule here. It was usually 10 o'clock, I believe, was the time they were going to leave the White House. So we're right on time with things as they head over to the Capitol building.
And again, the call to order is going to be at 10:30, followed by the invocation. Dr. Rick Warren, pastor there from California. Musical selection, Aretha Franklin. Of course, the vice president-elect, Joe Biden, will be sworn in first. There's going to be musical selections. Itzhak Perlman, Yo-Yo Ma. They just have a really star-studded lineup right now. And the president is going to be sworn in by Chief Justice John Roberts at 11 o'clock our time, followed by his inaugural address, which is going to begin promptly, from what we understand, at 11:05.